Howdy folks. Today we're going to talk about how we can divide up triangles into specific types of triangles by using their angles. So there are two ways to divide up types of triangles. One is by using the characteristics of their sides, and the other is by using the characteristics of their angles. We're going to work with angles today. If you have never worked with angles before, this lesson is not going to make sense to you. So if you'd like to do this lesson but don't know about words like acute and obtuse and right-angled, you should go find the types of angles lesson and watch it first. Right. I'm going to assume that you already know those words for the rest of this lesson. So we can divide up our triangles by their angles. Let's take a triangle and look at it. This triangle has 3 angles. If every single angle is an acute angle, then we call it an acute angled triangle. Remember, acute angles are smaller than 90 degrees. So 90 degrees is a perfect corner, like we have on a book, or the edge of a box. And anything smaller than that is an acute angle. Another type of triangle is one that has a single angle that is perfectly a right angle. It couldn't have all of its angles be perfectly a right angle, or it wouldn't make a triangle. But if one of its angles is a perfect right angle, perfect corner, 90 degrees, then it's a right-angled triangle. And our last choice is an obtuse angled triangle. Remember that an obtuse angle is one that is larger than 90 degrees, so bigger than a corner. Like my hand's like this right now, I'll spread out, that would be an obtuse angle. That would be a right angle, or about, and that would be an acute angle. To be an obtuse angled triangle, it only needs to have one obtuse angle in it. Because, again, having all obtuse angles would be impossible to build a triangle with. So that's a bit of a trick to keep in mind. An acute angled triangle has to have only acute angles. But right and obtuse angled triangles only need one angle to match that characteristic. So let's look at this one and see what it is. Well, does it have any angles that are larger than 90 degrees? Let's make an example of an acute angle using our box of sticks material and an obtuse angle and all of that good stuff to help us out. So this little guy, that would be an acute angle. This, if I get it just perfect, would be a right angle. And this would be an obtuse angle. Do we have any angles that are obtuse here? Let's check them. I like to kind of use my box of sticks material sometimes to help me see the angle better. Let's see. Now if I take it out, I can look at it. That's an acute angle right there. Okay, how about this one? Oh, look at that. That one's, yep, definitely an acute angle. That's definitely less than 90 degrees. Let's check our last one. Yeah, that's an acute angle also. Less than 90 degrees. That means that this triangle right here is an acute angled triangle. Let's put it off to the side and try another one. Let's look at this triangle. Well, let's start testing its angles. This angle right here is less than 90 degrees. It's an acute angle. All right, there's one. Let's test the next one. This angle is very small angle. That's less than 90 degrees for sure. So still an acute angle. And let's test our last angle. This angle is a 90-degree angle. This one right here. If I set it down, this line going up is straight up and down compared to the base. This triangle has 2 acute angles and 1 right angle, 1 90-degree angle. That means that this is a right-angled triangle. Let's look at another one. Let's look at this one. All right, let's check this angle right here. We're going to do it without using our little box of sticks pieces and just see how our eyes are at recognizing this. Trace the angle with your fingers if you're having a hard time seeing what you're supposed to look at. This angle is small. This is a very small angle. This is an acute angle. This angle is big. This right here is an obtuse angle. We're going to check it just to make sure. Here's a right angle. The obtuse angle goes bigger than that. That is an obtuse angle. Just to be sure, let's check our last one. How about this little one up here? That's small again. That's an acute angle. So this triangle has two acute angles and one obtuse angle. One angle that is larger than 90 degrees, which means this is an obtuse angled triangle. Any triangles that you find will fit into one of these categories. There is no way for a triangle to exist that is not either obtuse angled, right angled, or acute angled. So go out, find yourself some triangles, and see what kind they are. Or if you'd like to make a simple record of this, go ahead and draw each of these. Try and draw yourself an acute angled triangle, a right angled triangle, and an obtuse angled triangle, and label them. You could also, for follow-up if you like, write some definitions. You would want to write them in a complete sentence, which could sound something like, an acute angled triangle has three angles that are smaller than 90 degrees. You can figure out how exactly to make it sound that feels correct to you and makes sense to you, but remember to follow up in some way. Have a good day. I miss you.